NBA2K Sports. And, Greg, when you look at these rosters, both teams have lots of quality players and very deep benches.
And with the pace we see in games, it really helps to have more legs to run. Each of these coaches have a lot of options, so it'll be interesting to see how they play the matchups.
Look at the 76ers starting group. On the block, it's Tucker next to Embiid. Harden out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Harris in at the 3. Now, here is Harden. Embiid inside the line. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite-level passer.
Trent against Maxey. Van Vliet outside. From outside, off the mark. Harden looking it over. He can't get it to go. And Toronto will come the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
Yeah, and you could see the crowd's reaction with every make. It wasn't pretty.
Now Maxey, following the miss by Gary Trent Jr. from deep. And the jam by Harden.
And you talk about the best ball handlers in the league. Don't forget about James Harden.
Raptors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Greg, the Philadelphia 76ers have made it very clear that they are all in on a title run.
And their front office has been very focused on trying to get top-tier talent on this roster. After the trust the process here, they're now aggressively pursuing titles here in Philly.
And the wing jumper offline.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Here's Siakam. That one rolling around and rims out.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Harden draws the double. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Anunoby, good.
Nice shot. OG Anunoby showing confidence. Should be a big part of this offense for years to come.
Now, here is Harden. We saw him with 29 points last game. Maxey passes to Tucker. And they double up Embiid. Stolen by VanVleet. And here is Trent outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the 76ers go the other way with it. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Embiid. Harden's got his second bucket of the night.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Now, here's Siakam. 23 points his last outing.
In a bump this quarter, he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
From deep, Harden. And he's good on the 3 ball. Harden's got 7 points in the game.
No one hits a pull-up like the Beard. I mean, he's perfected the quick stop and pop. And that thing is a deadly shot.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
You know, if you guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr., he can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots from inside or outside the arc.
A new group in now for the Raptors. He hits the second from the line.
And Gary Trent Jr. certainly has some impressive stats as a result of his skills as a scorer.
Jay, how about 5 30-point games in a row? How about 9 threes in a single game? If he finds his rhythm, he can cause you a lot of trouble.
Well, James Harden, still a tremendous player, but now in his early 30s, some question, can he be the dominant MVP force we saw in Houston?
On the free throw, no good. And Greg, Harden in recent years dealing with hamstring injuries. Has he lost a step to age or injury?
You know, probably a little of both, but we've seen players with a new diet or training regimen get back to peak production hopefully he can as well.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And a lot of that was game plan, putting guys in a position to succeed, particularly on the offensive end.
They understood what the defense was trying to take away and game plan a great strategy to take advantage of it.
Harden finds Harris. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And it's finishes like that which have helped them build this lead here in the first half.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on James Harden. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the 76ers.
For me, they made a point to attack inside early in the game, and it's paid off for them. A lot of solid looks in the paint.
And something else that's working for them is ball movement. A lot of their points so far have come as a result of smart plays.
Now Trent. James Harden missing on the 3. Trent, left side. 5 on the clock. Here's Flynn. That's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. To the middle. Well, Greg, what can you say about Joel Embiid's growth from a leadership perspective? Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Tremendous, Kevin. Carrying the Sixers with everything they went through. Even though he came in second in MVP voting 2 years in a row, no player more important to his team than Joel Embiid.
And Embiid drops them both.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Now, here's Trent. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Miami. Raptors have made 2 and missed 2 at the line tonight.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Solid from the line. Trent Jr., an all-around scorer.
Trent hits them both. The 76ers leading by 5. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Now here's Embiid. Defense right on him. And Tucker kicks to Maxey. Off target with his 3.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
That's tipped. Harden outside. It's intercepted. James Harden getting it done for Philadelphia. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. Right back after this break.
Please give a big round of applause for your Raptors.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
So with Harden on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. We've got Maxey. He's out there with Shake Milton. Harrell is out there with Tobias Harris. And it's Niang in at power forward.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
Here's Harris. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Siakam passes to Van Vliet. Oh, and the dunk by Barnes.
hello, Scotty Barnes throws it down. Okay, young fella.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Maxey kicks to Harris. A three-pointer off the mark. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Trailing by 2. Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Stolen away. Manton, the pass to Barnes. That shot is off target. That makes him 2 for 3. For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Here's Maxey. Off the left rim and out. The Raptors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Siakam with it, picked up by Harris. They get it again. And that one's good. Barnes has got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
Good instincts from Scotty Barnes on the offensive glass, and he put it back home.
Maxey kicks to Milton. Knocked away. Back to Maxey. Shot from 12. Here's Harrell. They can't stop the run with that one.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Snatched up. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Philadelphia. And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Milton. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Here's Maxey. That shot missing. Good D by Barnes. The Raptors have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Milton grabs the board. The 76ers trailing. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. Shoots over Anunoby. Harrell kicks to Maxey. Manton, the pass to Siakam. He takes it in. Bucket is good. Siakam's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors. We're breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
The way they've been going after steals in this game, it has been super impressive. They are wreaking havoc right now.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Tobias Harris. DeAnthony Melton comes in for Maxey. And James Harden has subbed in for Shake Milton. Outside Flynn. 1:36 left in the second quarter. Not his night so far. That's miss number 5 with no makes. Harden with it. He's picked up by Anunoby. The 76ers with another miss. Toronto with it. 11 unanswered points for him. Inside. Trent can't hit. The 76ers trail by 4. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Here's Flynn, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on James Harden. For Toronto, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. And the first one at the line is good.
And some added toughness on the roster, something Philly knew they needed after last year's playoffs. The hope is adding scrappy veterans like P.J. Tucker and DeAnthony Melton will help them further this go-around.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Harrell, and it's P.J. Tucker in for George Niang. Tucker, the pass to Embiid. Over Birch. He's off on that one, and Toronto will come the other way.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's Trent. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn. Trent's got 5 now.
And they're very lucky to have the lead after that terrible shooting in the first quarter. But they've rounded into form here in the second and have brought that field goal percentage up.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Harden gets to Embiid. His 3-pointer's off the mark. And here's Trent. Here's Anunoby. Offline with his 3. And so it's the Toronto Raptors with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by court. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview.
Welcome, one and all. And Kenny, were there any specific teams you looked for? Moving on. In that first half of basketball, things are looking pretty. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Anunoby in at the forward with Barnes next to him. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And it's Siakam in at the 5 down low. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. Kicks it out to Harden. Back to Embiid. Over Siakam. Embiid, no good. Raptors leading by 6. Van Vliet outside. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Trent outside. And there's the pass to Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. Trent with it for the 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Tucker's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, guys. Now, Tobias Harris has been the leading scorer on teams in the NBA, but on the Sixers, he understands his role is different. He says, I'm not a guy who's going to press for looks. The ball's going to flow how it flows, and I just got to be ready when the opportunity comes my way. That's what winning basketball is all about. Kevin?
David, thank you. Here's Van Vliet and Embiid with the block.
Length plus agility, great recipe for blocking shots. Embiid's one of the best to do it.
With the fadeaway to the inside. Now, here's Anunoby. Van Vliet outside. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. And in the last decade, defenses switching on screens has increased dramatically. Is this the new normal, you think?
Kevin, I think so. I think teams that switch well tend to defend well, because switching can create mismatches, but it's harder to punish those now with all the help defense.
Young's checked in for Anunoby. Here's Harden. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
Trent, right side. VanVleet against Melton. Launches it. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
He really can't buy a bucket, but his teammates have his back.
And they recover it. Good work there as it goes. Embiid's got his third bucket of the night.
Finally. Now 1 for 5 here in the third. We'll see if that boosts their confidence.
Van Vliet passes to Young. Here's Trent. And the rejection by Embiid. They retain possession. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Fifth, Joel Embiid.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
And here's Harden for three. Drills the three-pointer. And now just a 5-point Toronto lead.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Van Vliet with it. He's against Tucker. 76ers have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Harden kicks to Thibault. 76ers moving the ball around. Pass to Embiid. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Embiid, no good on that one. Toronto leading by 3. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebounded by Tucker. Tucker's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
What I like during this run, they paid incredible attention to the details at both ends. That needs to continue.
Here's Barnes. 11 points in the game. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
And the 76ers making a change here. Harrell's checked in. Flynn the pass to Barnes. A minute 42 left to play in the third. And the shot is good.
Throughout the evening, he's gotten to his spots, and the defense has not adjusted.
Here's Maxey. On the wing, Milton. Back to Maxey. Thibault finds Tucker. For the lead. Thibault can't get it to go. Raptors with the lead. We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. Flynn the pass to Van Vliet. The high post shot. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn. Flynn's got his third assist on the night.
A good shooter who can operate at different speed. Love when Fred is knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Tucker. And they get it back. Pass to Thibault and stolen by Barnes. Driving to the basket.
Defenders haven't figured out Scotty Barnes yet.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
OG Anunoby's checked in for the Raptors. George Niang, he's checked in for the 76ers. 43 seconds left to play here in the third. Now, here's Milton. Covered by Van Vliet. Raptors leading by 6. Kicks to Barnes. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
They're doing it by building it out, step by step, valuing each possession.
Outside, Maxey. Thibault on the wing. He's guarded by Anunoby. And that one's good. Thibault.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And Van Vliet, here we go. Lays it up off the glass. Van Vliet's got 7 points for the quarter.
Man, Van Vliet plays with heart, a gritty dude.
And so it's Scotty Barnes making things happen for Toronto. He notched 8 points. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Harden on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Shake Milton is out there with Maxey. Then there's Harris. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Niang in at the 4. Here's Milton. Passes it to Maxey. Out to Harris. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Van Vliet outside. Puts it up from 12. Again, Toronto.
After putting up zeros in the first half, he is making up for it big time now.
And the 76ers call time here. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Here's what Philadelphia is going with right now. Embiid comes in for Montrezl Harrell. And it's James Harden in for Shake Milton. And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. A 12-point game. Tipped away. And Siakam gets it to go on the assist by Anunoby. And it's 6 points for Siakam. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their activity has been at a constant level. Always around the ball, quick hands causing a lot of steals.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Tries again. Down he goes. Nice one there from Niang.
Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Harden against Van Vliet. Siakam trying to free himself up. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The 76ers trail by 12. Embiid sets the pick for Harden. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Raptors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. He can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Ken Burge is checked in for Thaddeus Young. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
Though you get a lot of individual production out of Pascal Siakam, he's a total team player. He checks his ego at the door.
Embiid, no good. Toronto leading by 14. To the paint, here's Anunoby, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
I like how Fred VanVleet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Here's Toronto now. Big stretch here going 10-2. Siakam deciding where to go with it. In the corner, it's Birch. Shot clock at 6. Van Vliet against Harden. No good from outside.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Scotty Barnes, he's checked in for Toronto.
Energy points from Embiid. Takes up lots of space at 7 feet 280 and just dominates the boards on both ends.
Van Vliet with the bounce pass. Siakam's shot is off. The 76ers trail by 14. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
You know, we talk a lot about scoring efficiency. He's displaying the exact opposite.
Van Vliet against Harden. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Trent outside. Takes the three. That shot no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Harden against Van Vliet. Looking to get back on track here. And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. I love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And the Raptors call time here. They're in front by 12. 1:12 left in the fourth. Here's Van Vliet. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Van Vliet's got 13 points in the second half.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Raptors.
And they had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Scotty Barnes.
Hard not to be impressed by what he did tonight. He was aggressive, he was efficient, and the defense had no answer.
Harden against Flynn. That one a little long. Barnes outside. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home.